All right. Let's get this party started.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed. When I lay me down to die, I'm going up to the Twinkie in the, going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. I die. I'm gonna bite the snack that I love best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a Twinkie if you wanna trust. Just saying, Lordy, I'm so spread. Gonna meet the Twinkie in the sky. Never been a sinner. I've got a sweet tooth. I got an orange sponge cake, a creamy truth. So when I die, don't ask me why. I'm going G up to the Twinkie in the sky. Going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna snack on the Twinkie I love best.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
He's a very Twinkie guy, the kind you don't take home to mother. He will never let your pants down once you get him off the streets now. He's a super twink, a super twink. He's super twinkie. Guy is pretty wild now. The guy's a super twink. The kind of guy you watch on OnlyFans, yeah. The guy is pretty twinky. He's a super twink. He's super twink. Wow. He's a very special guy, the kind of guy you want to know on OnlyFans. Now, donate to my PayPal because he's super twinkie now. He's a super twinkie, super twinkie. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Today is this is actually streaming. I am streaming on YouTube and X, and this is I did not publicize this stream. This is actually, something that I'm spontaneously streaming on my laptop this morning. I just woke up. And, right away, I was notified of a video by David Shurter. And, I'm going to share my screen here so you see it. Now, I have only just started the video, but, I just thought, hey, since I'm here, why not look at it in real time with everybody else? And I'm going to show you the title of it just to kind of.
And they were kids.
Okay, so this is him. This is David Shurter, if you're not familiar with him. Hello, my friends on X. If you're not familiar with David Shurter, or if somebody who is coming to my channel for the first time and they're not familiar with David Shurter. David Shurter. Now, here's the title of the video. David Shurter Live. Let me deal with Gabe Hoffman. Let me deal with Gabe Hoffman and his child trafficking friends' pedo lies about me. Okay, so here's the thing about David Shurter. David Shurter has written a book named Rabbit Hole, and as I have always said, I hate the title. I think that is the most unoriginal title ever, on a book. I'm being dramatic, ever, but it's so unoriginal. Come on, he could have come up with something more original than that. Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. Let me talk about Rabbit Hole, which really kind of says Rabbit Hole, like kind of is what he is writing about. Is it just some sort of mushroom fantasy? Is it just like a rabbit hole? A rabbit hole is like, you don't know if it's even true or not. It's just some sort of rabbit hole, right? And by the way, my show is not My Rabbit Hole, which was not named after or had anything to do with David Shurter. It's a cosmic coincidence. So David Shurter claims to be a satanic ritual abuse survivor. And Gabe Hoffman, the guy that he mentions here, is a producer who produced a show called An Open Secret that revealed the director Bryan Singer and what he did in the entertainment industry to other young male actors, okay, who are minors. And it pretty much ruined his career. So when you look at the level of legitimacy, or you look at somebody who's actually really succeeded in combating what you would consider to be child abuse, child trafficking, child pedophilia, it would be Gabe Hoffman, not David Shurter. David Shurter, by the way, the reason why I'm in this mix, why I even care about this, not to say that I don't care about, Bryan Singer abusing talent in Hollywood, or, this very topic, because myself, in my media over the years, I have covered this topic myself as an advocate of awareness about it. So, I really have. And David Shurter has positioned himself as being a satanic ritual abuse survivor. But what he's been doing to me, I'm going to just mention me for a second, for 2 years nearly, it's going to be, in February will make it 2 years, he has sat there and lied on his channel and basically cyber stalked me and harassed me on his channel with a bunch of other people that's on his list and accused us of being Nazi pedophile child traffickers. And he has said the most disparaging lies about me. And so, when I saw An Open Secret share information on him, see, what happened is a few days ago, and matter of fact, I'm going to actually, before we continue, I'm going to pull the X clip up on X. David was aggressive and said some threats. He said some things that he shouldn't have said about Charlie Kirk. And then he basically threatened people with it in his statement. And David has self-admitted that he molested his nephew at 3 years old. Now, the age changes all the time. You know, sometimes it's 10, sometimes he's 12, sometimes he's 13. But he was at least, if he's going to go with the 10-year-old age, the child was 3. So he was, even if he was 10, he was 7 years older than him. His excuse is that, well, I was acting out. And, you know, okay, so let me, I don't know why I'm having, let me stop sharing my stream here. So I'm going to pull up, see, I can see myself. I'm streaming. Darn it. I just want to go to my stuff here. Why am I having this issue? No, I don't want this person. I want this person. There's my own thing. Okay. Well, no one's watching me yet. Well, oh well. Okay, so where did I post it? Oh, shoot. I should have had this pulled up, and I'm sorry. Well, no one's watching anyway, so who cares, right? Okay. Oh my God. Could I touch every wrong thing I could possibly touch? Here it is. So this is a restraining order that he's received, but here's what he's getting going nuts over. An open secret post. Meet admitted violent pedophile David Shurter of Harlan, Iowa, who praised the murder of Charlie Cook. David Shurter, 1, admitted to A, molesting and beating the F out of his 3-year-old nephew. His own stepmother got a restraining order against him, pushed, shoved, stood over him with a butcher knife. Okay? So here he is. This is his restraining order that his mother got against him. This is the video that he talks about admitting to molesting his 3-year-old nephew. And this is the Charlie Kirk accusation. Oh wait, I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. Sorry. Let me share my screen. So I want to show you. This is the video, and then I'm going to show you. Here, let me play it. This is what he says about Charlie Kirk. This is the inappropriate thing that David says about the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Heaven just used the dark to take out the general that was in complete control of influencing the fucking young. Charlie Kirk is dead. Your general is dead, and there's no one like him to replace him. That was heaven. Heaven is going to fuck your group up, you know? And the thing about it is that you guys never had a second, you never had a plan B. Heaven just used the dark to take out the general that was in complete control of influencing the fucking young. Charlie Kirk is dead. Your general is dead, and there's no one like him to replace him. That was heaven. Heaven is going to fuck your group up, you know? And the thing about it is that you guys never had a second, You never had a plan B. Heaven.
So
just used-
I find this disturbing on many different levels, because one is that he's associating all of us that he has a problem with being aligned with Charlie Kirk. When someone like I'm not aligned with Charlie Kirk. I was not a Charlie Kirk follower, and I do not support Charlie Kirk's ideals. I think it's wrong. It's disturbing. It's horrific. It's the violence that has been committed against Charlie Kirk is not acceptable. All right. I'm just like everybody else. Am feeling bad for his family. It's traumatizing. It's not a good thing. All right. I'm also concerned about how it's being politicized between both political parties. And by the way, I wanted, and like this matters, but see, David has been harassing me with everybody else. And I'm pretty sure when we listen to his video that he's just done this morning, he's going to mention my name. I guarantee I would be surprised if I'm not going to get hit by what I listened to this morning. And it will be the first reaction that I will have to what he says about me, because I have not watched this video yet. I've only watched the tip of it. I thought, you know what? Why not just watch it with everybody? But this is what David Shurter said. David Shurter has a restraining order. He has several restraining orders against him over the years. Right? Oh, here's where he admits that he molested his nephew. Let's listen to this one.
Me up and dump me at my sister. Me up and dump me at my sister Kathy's house in Minneapolis. And so when I was 12, I ended up attacking her 3-year-old son. I was 12, he was 3. Doug keeps wanting to say that, oh, you molested him. There was some of that because I was acting out, but for the most part, I beat the fuck out of him. Me up and dumped me at my sister Kathy's house in Minneapolis. And so when I was 12, I ended up attacking her 3-year-old son. I was 12, he was 3. Doug keeps wanting to say that, oh, you molested him. There was some of that because I was acting out, but for the most part, I beat the fuck out of him. Me up. And
Okay, so this is what he said. This is this video you can find all over the internet. Okay, but David Shurter spends his time blaming everybody else, harassing everybody else, has had several restraining orders against him. And, he continues to do it today. And we're going to go ahead and listen to what he's saying. And I'm pretty sure, I suspect that the harassment, some of this harassment has been directed towards myself personally. Let's play it. This is fair use.
On X, I was inundated with a bunch of people who were telling me that I was a pedophile. And what I found out was it came from Gabe Hoffman. Gabe Hoffman obviously published something about me on X and is calling me a pedophile. So
obviously published something about me on X, like as if he's so important that he didn't take the time to read it, that he doesn't know exactly what happened on X. Like he's hearing this by hearsay. No, I'm pretty sure he probably knows everything about it exactly.
I just want to deal with the facts of the matter with all of this shit. Let me deal with the Hesters first. My sister Cindy's kids.
Okay, so the Hesters, let me just explain to who the Hesters is. The Hesters is the nephews. Now, Cindy has passed away. She's no longer, it's his older sister. And they didn't even include David in the obituary. As a matter of fact, I have a screenshot of the obituary on my YouTube community page as a receipt of the the disconnect between David Shurter and his family. Then years after he's done that, and more as of recently, he has verbally abused and said horrible things about the nephew that he molested when he was 3 publicly on his YouTube channel. He makes statements like, he's that one family member that if he stood in front of a train and it ran over him, I wouldn't care. He's literally said that on his YouTube channel. So not only did he abuse him when he was a child, as David makes an excuse, I was acting out because I was molested. And so therefore he takes his responsibility for what he's done to him. Not only does he not take responsibility for what he did in his past, but he goes later on in life and continues to abuse him as an adult verbally and humiliate him on his YouTube channel. That's what David Shurter has done to the Hester family.
And when I say kids, from what I understand, primarily these accusations are coming from my nephew, Eric, and my nephew, Mark, saying that I molested them when they were kids.
So David has, over the last few days, has spent a lot of time trying to bring his family into people like journalists like myself that are being attacked by David Shurter for 2 years continuously, almost every day, with lies and harassment. Okay. Look how he looks right there. Oh my God. I wouldn't leave my kid with him. Trust me. I would never let him near a child that was in the room. That's just my instinct about David Shurter. I would just be like, matter of fact, I wouldn't even want to be in the same room as David Shurter because he scares me. Okay.
So I was an adult and they were kids. Yet Eric is only 3 years younger than I am. Matthew is only 8 years younger than I am.
Look how he rationalizes it. This is a man who is trying to rationalize his guilt away, and nobody is buying it, David. Just to let you know, the only people that are buying it are the people that are part of the harassment with you, the people that feed you scripts to go after people. That person, I'm just going to say, exists on Sophia Music, and he shares David Shurter's disgust. Oh, he's done it. Sophia Music has shared David Shurter's crap about me on his timeline and agreed with it. I just want to point that out. Oh, by the way, let me just say one other thing, because I don't like the guy. I know you guys put him on a pedestal, but Nathan Stoltman agrees with David Shurter's abuse. Nathan Stoltman apparently must be agreeing with the fact that it's okay that David, just dismisses what he's done to his own nephew. That's right. Lift the veil. That pushed a lot of right-wing propaganda about trafficking and the Clintons and Isaac Cappy and everything else. That same group of people that now are acting like they never were part of it. And Trump says, oh, those are the Democrats. No, it's not the Democrats. It's people like Nathan Stoltman on YouTube participated in it. I'm really over it with everybody right now. Want to know why? Because I lived through this, because I was in the media. I watched it. I witnessed it. I know who you guys are.
Yeah. And so how does this whole pedophile thing of I was an adult and molested them when they were kids, when we were all fucking kids together, I also want to point out that these two never even bothered to start their shit until after their mother's death. And I came out and said that Ralph, her husband, and Wendy, her oldest daughter, needed to be looked at.
David, it doesn't matter when people start their shit. It doesn't matter when they come out and they say that they were molested by you if they did it as an adult. Maybe they didn't have the courage to do it until they were an adult, David. Like David lacks any sensitivity to anything that he might have done to them or to another person. It's all about him being a victim, but he is the perpetrator.
Because Cindy was telling everyone that Ralph and Wendy were going to murder her. She told her doctors and nurses the same thing. And they called and made a report with Adult Protective Services, who did a follow-up. So all of this shit of, oh, I molested them when they were kids, didn't even come out till after I called their dad and their oldest.
And this is a little trick that David does. Every time he gets put to the test, every time it comes out about that he is actually the big pedo in the room, while he points fingers at everybody else, he digresses in a story. He makes up another thing about it as a diversion. This is what really happened. And look how hard he's trying to convince you. He's slowing his words down. He's moving his hands around. This is somebody who is working really hard to really hope that you will believe that he's innocent when he isn't.
Sister out for needing to be investigated for my sister's death, because Cindy, right up to the point of her death, was saying that they were going to murder her. And those two were the only two with her when she died.
He never has a proof, never has a receipt, never has anything. Just him in front of a camera. Guys, if you don't know who he is, this is his MO. He does this all the time. I don't see how. And then he has these sock puppet accounts, or, he has people, and he does. David all the time claims, I don't have this many people watching my show. So he's getting bumped up with bots by people who have interest in the people that David goes after. That's exactly what's happening here.
Personally, me, from the pictures I saw of her dead-ass body, she was fighting in the end. They pumped my sister full of insulin and killed her that way. That's how it worked. And nothing ever got looked at. But this is the group of people that they're running with now, these fucking Gabe Hoffman and these fucking double lovers. Now let's look at the whole situation when I was 13.
David, I don't love the devil, okay? I'm just saying. I'm not a devil lover. And I'm really I'm really offended, and I'm sick of you saying that I am when you don't even know me. You don't know me.
When I attacked my nephew, Chris, he was 3, I was 13. My nephew doesn't remember shit about that day.
Now he's 13. Did you see that? He was 12 earlier. Now he's 13. Let's go. He can't even get his own age right in the story.
When I attacked my nephew, Chris, he was 3, I was 13.
Okay. He was 12 just earlier in this video. He's 12, he's 13. What did I say? He said he's 10. He can't even remember his age. That's a problem.
My nephew doesn't remember shit about that day. He was fucking 3. Doesn't remember shit.
How does he know that his nephew doesn't remember shit at 3? I remember stuff when I was 3. And you know what? When you're molested, you remember it. Trust me. Even when you try to push it in your mind like it never really happened, and you say, oh, you see something in your head and it didn't happen, but you realize that it did happen. Want to know why? Want to know why, guys? Because I was molested when I was 6. And I remember it. Okay? I remember it. I remember things that happened to me when I was 3. So David acts like he's the only person that's ever been molested in the situation. He's not. Okay?
All the stuff that he recalls comes from his fucking mother, my sister Kathy, who is a prolific fucking liar. Lies about everything. There's
a difference between you and me, David. I go and get therapy when to deal with my shit, and I keep it to myself. I don't accuse other people of being pedos, David. You're not the only person that's been molested in this equation. Oh, big surprise, huh? Everybody surprised now? Y'all surprised?
A done line about Joanne, our stepmother, being dead. for years. You know, this is what I know about that situation. Kathy and I got into a fight because I refused to unfriend Owen. Because when they broke up, Kathy said that she was my sister, and so I automatically needed to take her side and tell Owen to go fuck himself. And I wouldn't do it because Owen didn't do anything wrong. Just because Kathy dumped him so she could go fucking be engaged to his best friend, John, who
even cares about, guys, I can't waste my time all this morning to listen to him go on about this and try to convince myself. So let's move on to where he goes on to another grid here. Let's see.
Satanic Temple, and told Doug Mesner all of a bigger bank account. I wasn't willing to unfriend him. And so Kathy got a hold of Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Lucian Greaves.
So, yeah, Doug Mesner is the head of the Satanic Church. And I seriously doubt that David's ever even really met the guy. But for years, he's been saying that Doug Mesner is after him for, his apparent exposing his own story in child trafficking. I don't think it's true. I don't even think the guy knows who David is.
Founder of the Satanic Temple, and told Doug Mesner all about this fiction.
And by the way, just for all you guys out there, and I'm always open to the fact that satanic ritual abuse may be true, but right now the consensus is that it isn't, and that all the cases that have been about satanic ritual abuse have been determined as false memories, which is exactly what David Shurter says he realized, that he was abused when it was coming to him through a dream. So it's not, even for David Shurter, his memories are based on dreams, all right, are based on things that are elusive, not real memories. Let me tell you something though. The 3-year-old that's now a grown-ass man in his 30s, I'm assuming, he remembers it, David. He remembers what you did to him. That's who remembers something. You don't remember shit. Your shit is made up.
Fictitious medical report that she told him that her son Chris had. That what happened when he was 3 and I was 13, and he had medical records and blah, 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 blah. And I know she did this because right after Kathy and I had a fight, Doug Mesner started emailing me about that shit, the very shit that Kathy was mad about. What my fucking idiot sister did was paint a bullseye on my.
So rude to talk about your family like that on air after you've molested them and harassed them. You're talking about your sister post-death. Now it's pretty obvious why they didn't put him in the obituary, isn't it, guys?
My nephew Chris is back, who is Kathy told me that Chris has told her that he just wants the shit to go away. He's already had to explain it to his kids. Now he's afraid he's going to have to explain it to his grandkids. It's like shit that won't go away. So he's told her.
Notice that he doesn't really address the Charlie Kirk accusation. He goes straight for the nephew and the pedo stuff because I think he knows he's guilty of that. He knows he's guilty. He knows that he's the pedo in the room, and he spends every day on his YouTube channel accusing other people of child trafficking, falsely accusing other people of child trafficking. He tells people that I'm in Vegas partying with barely legal people, and there is not a barely legal place in Las Vegas. He said it last week.
His mother, because Kathy told me. So these fucking devil lovers don't give a shit. They're not fucking trying to help anybody. They're just using a situation to fucking hide their child trafficking bullshit. But what ended up happening is that Kathy.
I welcome anybody to come and investigate me. FBI, Kash Patel, are you out there? You want to? I know you're not. You and Pam Bondi aren't releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files, but if you really want to believe David Shurter, come on over to my house. Come take my fingerprints. All right. Come talk to me, and you will find that I'm innocent. I really just want to get this over with. Maybe FBI, law enforcement, come meet me. Obviously, they know where I'm at because everybody else who harasses me with David Shurter has doxed my residence and where I go to school and everything and where I work. So, hey, you know where to find me. I'm in Fresno, California. Terry Joyce Randolph. Hey, my legal name.
And Chris have been estranged. And the reason why they've been estranged is because Kathy getting a hold of Doug and telling Doug about these fictitious fucking medical records that her son Chris supposedly had was like offering Doug the fucking holy grail. He thought it was the very motherfucking thing that was going to bring me the fuck down. And it didn't exist. It's never existed. Chris never went to the hospital that night. I never went to jail. Yes, the police and the ambulance both came that night. But the police came for Chris because
he must have turned his messages off. When David's really upset when he doesn't allow people to comment when he's talking. Oh my God. To me, that just this where it paused just says everything. A desperation, needing to convince you of his crimes, that he's not guilty. You're guilty, David. You're guilty.
I left bruises on him. The ambulance came for me because I tried to kill him that night. But the police can't exist. It's never existed. Chris never went to the hospital that night. I never went to jail. Yes, the police and the ambulance.
Oh my God. The police and the ambulance. It gets even worse. Oh, but he never went to jail. Oh my God.
Both came that night. But the police came for Chris because I left bruises on him. The ambulance.
Wow. He admits it. I left bruises on him. See, but he's trying to make his tone, the way he's saying it, he's dismissing it to you. He's dismissing the how awful it was. He's now the victim, not his nephew. He is. He's the victim.
The ambulance came for me.
Because
I tried to kill that night. I never went to.
The ambulance came for him, not the nephew. The nephew was fine. The ambulance came for him. Somehow he's the victim in this scenario. Right? How crazy is this? Let's go back.
To jail. Yes, the police and the ambulance both came that night. But the police came for Chris because I left bruises on him. The ambulance came for me because I tried to kill myself that night. Right after I attacked Chris, I couldn't take it and tried to kill myself. I took a bunch.
Yeah, that who other people that do that, shooters and stuff like that. That's your mentality, David. That you harm others, harm myself. You're a danger, David.
Of my sister's pills, they just happened to be hormones, but the ambulance came for me. That happened the first day.
Oh, that's what happened to you.
Of a 3-week fucking stay that I was up at my sister Kathy's because Joanne, my stepmother, wanted to get the fuck rid of me. And so they dumped me off. That was the first fucking day of a 3-week stay. Kathy can say whatever the fuck she wants, but during that.
There's something funny about him taking her hormone pills. I don't know. I'm sorry. I've got a sick sense of humor.
3-week stay. That was when her and her husband, Bob, introduced me to the movie fucking Halloween. Sat me down and had me watch the movie Halloween. I was 13 years old. I was telling people that I was fucking the vessel for the Antichrist.
I was 13. Actually, okay, I'm traumatized because they made me watch Halloween. You know what? 13, I think, what is PG rated? I don't know. Was Halloween R rated? Anyway, I think I saw Halloween at 13.
And I needed to be murdered. I needed to be destroyed. That's what I told the ambulance people. That's the reason why. The only thing that happened that night that came about, that derived from that night, was that the courts in Minnesota ordered social workers into my dad and stepmother's house because they knew fucked up shit was happening with me and I wouldn't tell them what it was. So they sent social workers into my dad and stepmother's house. That's the only thing that derived from this. But during that 3-week stay that Kathy can say, oh, first of all, what happened with Chris happened the very first night. And
somebody else, oh, maybe this is dogs. I can hear something moving around in the background.
What it was is that her and Bob thought I would be a fucking live-in babysitter for 3 weeks. And it didn't work that way. I'm grateful it didn't work that way.
What's wrong?
And she can say whatever the fuck she...
You know, when you're 13 years old, I was doing babysitting. I think I started babysitting for people at 12. And, you know, what would be wrong of helping your sister out, you know, by being a live-in babysitter for a little while? I'm assuming he wasn't in school. So, you know, like you help family out. He acts like, again, he's a victim here. David is a perpetual. It's not David that's a perpetrator. He's absolutely innocent. He has an excuse for everything he does. He's innocent. That's where his head is. It's like, to me, David's a psychopath. He thinks like a psychopath. He thinks like somebody when they're being interrogated by the police and they're guilty of something. It's the same kind of maneuver, the same kind of bullshit.
She wants, but there was chaos going on in that house. Obviously, she ended up taking eventually all 4 of her kids and moving into a fucking shelter for 6 months to get away from Bob because of the chaos.
My God, your poor sister. If that's the truth, he has zero concern about his sister going through what she went through. No empathy. David lacks empathy and compassion for other people. And yet every show he ends up with, got to have love in your heart, got to have love in your heart in order to make the ascension. But he has zero empathy for family members or anybody else. He has zero responsibility for anything that he says about anybody or how he harms anybody. The restraining orders that he's gotten, nothing. This man has zero compassion.
But there were no medical records. Chris wasn't hurt to any degree. No charges were pressed. I ended up living through the shit, and they ordered social workers into my dad's house. That's what ended up happening. And why was I having a psychotic break? Because I had just been forced to light some dude on fire when I was 10 years old in Fremont. Not to mention all the shit that when I was a kid. But the very people that I'm trying to expose, my stepmother, Kathy, who has actually gone out of her way to fucking protect our stepmother. And she can say whatever the fuck she wants. But that bitch went to a fucking foster home with the Tillers when she was 14. She's 12 and a half years older than I am.
And let's talk about his stepmother right now. His stepmother has a restraining order. She got a restraining order on him because he pushed her, he shoved her, and he hovered over her head with a knife. All right. He's talking about his stepmother, Joanne.
I am. And at 14, she went to a fucking foster home because she couldn't handle the fucking abuse. But you're right. That bitch knows all about it. I was this
And he calls her a bitch today.
Outrageous fucking out of control kid. If you listen to Joanne and you listen to these dumbasses, the Hesters, I was this out of the... But then I never had any problems in school. And then when I graduated and went from my dad's house from the age of 18 to who I am now, I'm almost 59 years old. I don't have any fucking history of any kind of abuse at all. In fact, I don't even have a history of being anywhere around kids. And you want to fucking know why? I don't like kids. Wow. I must be the fucking first pedophile.
I don't like kids. You know what? You can also look at that statement in a different way. I don't like kids, so I abuse them. I don't like kids. Yeah, he's right. He doesn't like kids. He's harmed them.
In the fucking world who doesn't like kids. You know, I'm never around where kids are because I don't like to be around them. You know, Do you want to know? I don't like to be around kids because all I think about is what they fucking do to kids. It just makes me feel bad. And the parents are fucking something else too. But I have no history. So they're telling everybody that I'm a pedophile because two of my nephews, one who's 3 years younger than I am and the other who's 8 years younger than I am, is claiming that I fucking molested them as an adult.
No, that's not what we're saying. Nobody's ever said that. We're saying what happened, what's being said about you is that you basically said that heaven took out Charlie Kirk, and then you put all of us with him as if it was a threat that people were going to be coming out against us because we were supporters of Charlie Kirk. That's the number one thing that you said that is alarming, that was posted on an open secret. I'm just being specific about this, okay? Number two, nobody has ever accused you of molesting your nephews as an adult. However, you did molest them, and you were pretty much a tween when you did it. You were 12, 13 years old. That's the age that you come out. So you weren't exactly a child anymore. You were on your way to being a teenager and coming into adulthood. And, statistically, people that do that at that age, or like people that abuse cats, sometimes they become serial killers. People that abuse children when they're an older, basically in between age, they sometimes have the same tendency when they're an adult. Okay? And what is not okay with David Shurter is that he has never assumed any responsibility for his past. He has zero guilt. And you saw just what I showed before. He is the person who was taken to the hospital, not the little boy that he beat. No one said you did this as an adult. Everybody how do people get your age right? When you've changed your age all over the place, but you are a self-admitted molester in public, saying it with your own words. And the reason why this is significant to anybody is because you have accused innocent people of doing what you've done, and we're not going to accept it anymore. That's what's happening to you right now, David Shurter. You're the molester, not me, not Daniel Dowd, not Gabe Hoffman, not Sewertown, not DeFango. You are the molester. You are the molester. And unfortunately, show hosts on YouTube, like Nathan Stoltman and Lift the Veil, gave you a platform. Hosts like David Zublik's Awakening Now and Penny LaShepherd have given you a platform to spew your lies for right-wing propaganda. Okay? I'm just going to say it right now. I do not care anymore, guys. I do not care.
But they're 3 years younger than I am and 8 years younger than I am, because Cindy, my oldest sister, was 16 years older than I was. Her oldest is.
Let me point out one more thing about Penny LaShepherd. Okay, Penny LaShepherd was involved in Famalam, which was this group that had a base key that Geoffrey Farnsworth was involved in for Isaac Cappy and to help survivors. And David Shurter has spent a lot of time recently in the last few days blaming all of us. I never knew Isaac Cappy. I never was part of Famalam, but apparently I'm part of Famalam now. And the Famalam people were responsible for David Shurter's death. However, Penny LaShepherd, who was part of Famalam, has put David on several times on her show while David lies about people being pedophiles. That's how that works.
A year and a half younger than I am. We grew up as kids, and yet I'm this fucking pedophile adult. How the fuck does that work? Do I have a goddamn time machine? And it all comes from a bunch of fucking people who need to be fucking investigated. Flat out.
Flat out, come investigate me. I have nothing to hide. Come investigate me, David. Everybody, come investigate me. Come investigate me, because when you do, it will prove what a liar this man is in Harlan, Iowa.
Gabe Hoffman can say whatever the fuck he wants. He needs to be fucking investigated. This child trafficking shit needs to be investigated. They're not helping anybody with any of this situation. They're just trying to lie to everybody. And now Gabe Hoffman is doing on his X what they tried to do with those fucking flyers all over town that have my ad.
What do you think? How do you think? Look at that. Look where it stopped at. Liar, liar, pants on fire. How do you know David Shurter is lying? His lips are moving. Okay. How do you think people are going to look at this? Are they going to believe the producer who outed a big director named Bryan Singer in a documentary? Or are they going to sit here and believe your allegations? I'm thinking they're not. David has no scope of what people who are capable of critical thinking will come up and think what the truth is. Because it isn't you, David. Trust me.
Address calling me a pedophile and telling people to show up at my house. Now he's doing it the same fucking thing, only he's just doing it online with all of his people.
How are you doing it any different? Your entire show is about calling people pedophiles. So you do it daily on your channel and you put it on your blog. David, you're guilty of it. You're guilty of what you had. A few flyers about you passed around your town. You do this. You flyers have a small demographic. You do this online for the whole entire world to see. David, you do that. Oh, now you're upset because people turned around and pointed at you, that you're the person that's the pedo, and now it's uncomfortable for you? Oh, isn't that too bad? I have zero, now in this sense, I have zero empathy for you, David, and your actions. And I'm doing this video with my morning coffee, watching this for the first time, because I'm ready to call you out for exactly who you are. Because I have a right to call you out as a journalist for who you are, David.
And I know he is, because they're fucking sending me nasty shit in my messages on X. So it's not a leap here. The very motherfucker who's working with my stepmother and my fucking nephew.
I've never DM'd him on X. In fact, he has me blocked and accuses me of blocking him, but he's open on my X.
Used to make all of this shit go away. My fucking stepmother, who is one of my primary abusers, who's a fucking child killer. She was involved with my dad. Kathy went out of her way to lie.
Your stepmother, that you have a restraining order, that she has a restraining order against you, David. Your stepmother that took out a restraining order on you because you were hovering over her head with a butcher knife. Yeah, that stepmother, right, David?
About Joanne. And I do not believe that it's a coincidence that I see Joanne at the Farmhouse Cafe at 1:30 in the afternoon when I'm with Owen. And Kathy's on the phone with Owen that night telling Owen that I'm crazy and that I didn't see what I saw. And then right after Owen dies, and I won't let up, suddenly Kathy...
People that are in middle America, like Iowa and Omaha, are just freaking freaks. Some of them. I'm not gonna lie, man. People make fun of people that live on the coast, in California, blah 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 blah, New York. I'm like, let's talk about Iowa, little small town Iowa. They got creepos like David there.
Who she and I had been estranged from each other. I didn't go to fucking Owen's funeral because I didn't want to see her and I didn't want to see that fucking weird.
Okay.
It's fine with it because she was mad at Owen because Halloween had quite the impact on me.
Okay, now we get back to Halloween.
And at 13, Halloween had quite the impact on me.
I bet it did. David, you molested your nephew.
you know? And that's the whole 3 weeks, you know? But there was 3 weeks after. The shit that went down with my nephew happened the first fucking night. It's not anything like what it's being presented. I'm not a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, you are. You molested your nephew. Yes, you are. And you follow twinks on OnlyFans. And you know that doesn't necessarily make you a pedophile, but it kind of insinuates that you like them to look young. You like your lovers to look young, right, David?
Unless you think it was a fucking phase I went through. And when I was in fucking high school.
It's not a phase if you're looking for it in OnlyFans. It's not a phase if you're looking for like something to pacify yourself. Not really. It's in you.
Well, only my stepmother and these fucking idiot nephews of mine, who are not that much younger than I am, all say the same shit when I'm calling them out for their criminal behavior. When their grandmother died, Cindy came up with a fucking carload with Matthew and Melissa and fucking came in to the grandmother's funeral and fucking were trying to get rid of.
You are trying too hard to like prove your innocence. It's pathetic, David. And it's tiring. It's exhausting. Be
honest about who I am. I'm not married and meeting fucking gay guys on the beach at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but you know what? You were arrested. You were charged with solicitation of a cop. Okay, so you have been cruising in parks. Yeah, oh yeah, yes you have. Oh, but David says I was just wanting to smoke a joint. I had a couple joints. I was talking to bi-curious men, trying to help them out. Whatever. No, he got popped for solicitation.
And how I know that is because his brothers and sisters know that, and they've all told me. So they can't even trust each other. With that said, with all of them, the pedophile bullshit, they can say it as loud and as often as they fucking want.
That's right, we will, because you do.
Makes no goddamn difference.
It does make a difference. It makes a difference when the person who is falsely accusing other people is a pedo themselves. That's a big deal, David. When you're guilty of the crime yourself, and you're 58, and you're still not able to to assume responsibility for your actions, and you blame everybody else for something that you did, there's a problem with that. There's a big problem with it.
It doesn't make it true. It's not true. And I'm not going to get defensive over a fucking lie. And it's nauseating to me.
It's not a lie, David. There's video of you admitting it. There's the open secret post has video clips as receipts. You don't have a video clip as a receipt when you talk about us.
Me that a bunch of fucking child traffickers can come up with this bullshit all working together. I can point out how their shit is bullshit, and yet they have more credibility than I do.
Yeah, we do have more credibility than you do, David. I have more credibility than you do. Gabe Hoffman has more credibility than you do. You're absolutely right. I have more credibility than you do, David Shurter. Yeah.
But then nobody listens to the fucking victims, the victims for Epstein. Have any of you listened to them yet?
Yeah, I have listened to the victims of Epstein, and I've also done shows about it in support of them. Yeah, absolutely, David. You haven't. You've sat there and tried to turn it around like, oh, it's little boys. It has nothing to do with women. That's your answer to it. You haven't done shit about Trump, Jeffrey Epstein. You haven't done shit, David.
No, not yet. Maybe you're getting around to it, but haven't done so yet. How many fucking decades?
I have a lot. A lot. More than you. Big time more than you.
How long ago? Still haven't listened to him. Fuck. Yesterday, I got into a conversation with someone who was actually a supporter. And it kind of started off with Charlie.
I cannot even imagine somebody supporting him. Oh, here we go with the Charlie Kirk thing. It started off with Charlie Kirk. Let's go back.
It kind of started off with Charlie Kirk, and then it went to this whole, you can't use the word, they have a whole hold again on semantics. You can't use the word fascist. You can't use the word Nazi. But then I pointed out to him that dude a mile outside of town with the combine, that huge combine, with that huge sign that he hangs on that combine that says Trump was right about everything. That's not an original propaganda sign. It's a derivative of something before it. What was before it was in World War II in Italy. Mussolini had propaganda signs that said Mussolini is always right. Now it says Trump was right about everything. It's just kind of derivative of the whole situation. If they would actually read a fucking history book instead of wanting to burn them, they might.
David, you know what? You're not the intellectual that you think you are. I'm just going to let you know that you're not. You're really not. You're not the critical thinker. You have no right to be talking about telling people to read books, David.
Clue in that history is repeating itself, and they're repeating it out in the fucking open. Out in the fucking open. But this dude got so incensed by what I was saying that out loud for everyone to hear, and I'll get to that in a minute, he actually said the words, "I hate the left. And I hate the LGBTQ and transgender lifestyle," and said that loud enough for everyone to hear. And it was funny because at the end, he was about ready to have a stroke. And so I apologized to him. I told him, "I'm sorry. I did not mean to make you angry. I did not mean to make you so angry. I'm just pointing out my point of view," which we were supposed to be able to do. He always said, "Oh, well, we can do it." Obviously, we can't. So I walk around. I'm at customer service, so I go out of customer service and walk around to go get milk. And the aisle is directly right beside where we were. There had to have been 10 people. They were all shopping they were all listening to our conversation. And he ended up saying loudly, "I hate the fucking left. And I told him, dude, we're only half arguing. I don't like the left either, but I don't like the right either. Neither side. And they have us picking sides, but both of them are fucked. In my opinion, both of them are fucked."
So you're not right or left, but you used the right and you associated with me, someone like me, with the right, and then you said something threatening. Okay, so it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. You weaponized it. That's where your guilt lies, David.
They all serve themselves. They serve the rich. They don't serve us. Not a fucking one of them. And they're all trying to manipulate us all in one way or fucking another.
I mean, what are we, David? Like you spent like the beginning of this video saying that we're devil worshippers, but then when it came to Charlie Kirk, you basically said that we are Christian nationalists and right-wing pro-gun people. So explain to me what exactly your point is. You use whatever you can to whip your targets, to whip the people that criticize you, that come out and say that you're a liar. You do whatever, I don't even know why you're after me. I have other than the fact that I was tipped off by Arturo Tafoya, who was in alignment with Sophia Music, that you were going to come after me. So I got a heads up that you were going to start to attack me. So I see myself as being on some sort of list to have a David Shurter run my reputation in the mud on their behalf. That's how I see it, because that's how I got orientated to you, David Shurter. Imagine that.
Fucking sides. And then they have us trying to pick which side is better of the two. Well, they both suck, you know? But in town here, people were okay with that. But then I look at the whole gay thing. See, they want to say I'm a pedophile because I'm gay.
No.
Well, I have not done.
Nobody said that. Nobody has I haven't equated the fact that you're gay that makes you a pedophile. That is like the fact that you're gay is irrelevant to the situation. So you can stop your victim stance one more time, David. Again, this falls in the Charlie Kirk line, right? Like if you think about it, he's blaming us for being in alignment with Charlie Kirk. He said he basically said heaven's responsible for, they took out their general and that we are followers of Charlie Kirk. So therefore we must be anti-gay against him. That this is what's happening here. This is his through line. This is his excuse. This is David gaslighting people that point out his transgressions.
And I have not gone to a gay bar. I have not really associated with anybody gay. I've not dated. I've certainly.
Yeah, but you've been arrested for solicitation of a cop, a male cop, trying to give them joints and money for sex. You did that, David. We have proof of it.
Not had any sex since before I got.
Who cares what your sex life is at this point and how you're not getting laid? It's gross. We don't even want to hear about it.
Divorced. And that's what going on 11, 12 years, quite a while. And why? I'm not going to say that being gay is good or bad. I'm not. In my life, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. And the reason why is because of the fucking sexual abuse I went through, I was fucked up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because of the fucking sexual abuse I went through, I was fucked up. It wasn't until
You're not the only person in the world that was sexually abused, David. And not everybody that's sexually abused becomes gay. Let's just get that out in the open right now.
Therapist told me all this sex that I was having as a gay guy, that I was just re-abusing myself. And I said, no, I'm not. They want me and I'm having sex. And, she was just like, yeah, but every time you do it, you say how you didn't want to be there. You get bored in the middle of it. And it wasn't until after she said that I realized. And ever since then, I won't say that being gay, I'll say that I don't like the gay lifestyle. And I personally am not willing.
Yeah, because you probably can't get laid.
Take the chance. And so I choose to be alone. I choose not to act upon my impulses. Doesn't make me any fucking less gay. Doesn't mean I don't fucking masturbate.
What other impulses do you not act upon? I don't want to hear you. It's gross to think about him masturbating. It's just really gross. This is gross to me.
Because I don't want prostate cancer,
Yeah, who cares? All right, just keep it to yourself, men. Just keep it to yourself.
But I've given up that side and choosing to be alone because of my faith for God.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about faith in God. You're all over the place because technically, I mean, you might not agree with him about how he was, that he was wanting to have church and state in the country, but Charlie Kirk was a Christian. He lived a Christian life. And and let's talk about a Christian life. Christian life is basically male, female, having kids, living male, female, right? You, David, don't do that. You're not in that category. Okay? You You don't live, you don't live up, you have no humility, and you lie, you break the 10 commandments. You're breaking the 10 commandments right now in this video. You're sinning in this video right now, and then pushing some Christian diatribe to your followers to exonerate your own behavior. You're a sheep in wolf's clothing. You're the wolf, David, not the sheep. Just pointing it out. You're the wolf.
What have these motherfuckers given at all to God? What have they?
What positions you to judge what other people's relationship with God is, David? Look how angry he is in that picture, that snapshot there. Look at him crinkle his face up. So angry, so indignant of other people's spirituality and their relationship with God.
Sacrificed at all for God.
What do you know what people have done for God? You don't know shit. What have you sacrificed for God? This is your duty to God? This is delusional, David.
God. What? I've given up the whole thing. I've chosen to just serve God and be.
I given up my sex life and only masturbate because of God.
Alone. I don't interact with people on a sexual level, don't want to date anybody, don't want to get into a relationship.
I don't even have sex, so I'm better for God. What about all the priests out there that were pedophiles, David? Just because you're abstinent doesn't mean you're not an abuser.
Don't want to be in a gay relationship, don't want to have a gay marriage for my own convictions because I'm not willing to take the chance. And because I don't want to have a relationship, I certainly fucking don't want a one-night stand. You know? That's what I've given for God. But these motherfuckers who judge me, and what fucking agenda am I involved with here? You know? And I'm not going to go date a fucking woman so everyone can feel.
Good morning, Raven. I'm not going to date. What a thing to stop on. I'm not going to date mother effing woman because, you know.
Oh, well, no, he's straight. Fuck you. How is that?
No, straight women don't want you, David. Trust me. I would never date you. You're not pretty enough for me.
Fair to a woman. You know? How is that fair to me? I'd rather be alone. And I choose to be alone and have chosen out of my faith. But you're right. All the shit that these.
Yeah, you have no choice because I don't think you're a big desired person in the gay world, David. I mean, somehow I don't think that you're the physical ideal. You're the guy who gets passed over. You're the guy who has to give somebody joints. You're the guy who has to practically, manipulate somebody into having sex with you. I bet you're that guy.
Fucking child killers want to tell you about me. They obviously must all be fucking right. The ones who are saying that I molested them when they were children, but we were all fucking children together. So how the fuck does that work? Let alone that I fucking hated them all their lives. I could not stand my sister's kids. I could not stand my sister's husband. I hated Ralph.
Well, that's obvious.
Hated Ralph. And didn't like Cindy's kids. Never did. Never did. Never had anything to do with any of them. And yet they're going to tell secrets about me? Oh, well, I can't wait to hear this bullshit. You know? Of course they're going to entertain you. They're fucking Floridians. You know? But that's the fucking stupid bullshit that fucking entertains people. Because when it comes down to it, this pedophile shit, when it was Hillary and Bill Clinton, everyone was just clamoring to get those fucking Epstein files. But now that it's Trump's name that's all over it, and it's his administration that's hiding this shit.
Here we go. And I agree with this part. But see how he manipulates the narrative? He's all over the place.
Now suddenly the fucking pedophiles are okay. It doesn't exist. And that's how it fucking works.
How do you address the people, the shows that you went on that were responsible for pushing that, David? How do you address those people not coming through now? That your comrades, your associates are silent. You're part of that group. You are part of that wave of what happened there about Jeffrey Epstein and the push and everything like that. What do you say about that, David? Huh? Now you're going to sit back and point fingers and act like you're against Charlie Kirk? I mean, what's going on here?
Isn't it? That's how it is working. That's how it is working. And they're fucking with my numbers. There's not 56 people in here.
That's right, because there's somebody who backs you, who's giving your donations that I pointed out, that has an interest in your numbers being bigger so that you can continue to abuse their targets. That's what's happening here, David. And you admit it yourself that those aren't your numbers. So you know it's happening.
They do this when I fucking talk about shit they don't like.
No, they do this when you talk about people, that they have an interest in abusing. That's when they do it, David. So you can put your finger down.
Send bots in here. That's what they do. When it's the shit they don't like when I'm talking about, that's what they do. For whatever fucking reason. They
do it when you like what you're talking about. That's the part you don't understand. Why would somebody pump up numbers for something that they didn't want to have come out in the public? Why would they do that? That is not even rational, David. Why would they give you a bone if it wasn't because they love what you're doing to somebody like me? They get off on it. They high five each other. They hope that someone like me or Daniel Dowd or whoever else that you're targeting will crumble because of it. They do it because they want you to ruin our reputations with false accusations. That's why they that's why they bought your channel. That's why they did it to Denise. There's no difference between you and what they did to Denise Matau.
You know, for whatever fucking reason. But you want to know what? If you're a follower of Gabe Hoffman and you're entertained by Gabe Hoffman, go fuck yourself. Stick with Gabe Hoffman. I'm not the fucking one, and I'm not interested. I don't care if you're saved or not. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
If you find redemption or not, don't care. Because you will find accountability. This is how it works for every fucking person. Every one of us. Every one of us. Unless one of you dumbasses can figure out how to fucking live forever. But if you can't figure out how to fucking live forever, and you end up taking your last breath and dying like everyone has before you, the moment after you take your last breath, you heard that whole phrase, you got to go through hell to get to heaven. Same fucking thing. You end up in the dark. If you have the energy of love and light in your heart.
Yeah, and guess what, David? That's not your energy. I hate to disappoint you, but you're not love and light. You do not embody what you tell other people to do. This entire stream is abusive and disgusting, really, in my opinion, but it's definitely abusive. I think we can all agree that this is crazy. It's kind of crazy, and it's abusive of your family online. And you're calling people child traffickers. You do not embody love and light. Who do you think you are? Sarah Rachel Adams? Sarah Rachel Adams talks about how the divine feminine and how great she is when she isn't. You are in a deceptive grifter on the internet. You have used this story for donations and to sell a book that is not accurate or factual. And you think that people aren't going to say anything about it or point out what you've done? Oh, I think I don't know. Where's your love and light? Huh?
Love your creator. You love all those around you. And you have that energy in your heart. It is a beacon, and you can't help but find the doorway that'll lead you to the ascension to go into the light.
The ascension. Okay. The ascension is a new age thing. The Bible does not write about the ascension. Have you read the Bible, David? That is not how it works. That is a David Wilcock theory. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, Siri agrees with me.
But if you don't have that energy in your heart, and you have hate for whatever reason, I hate the left. I hate the LGBT trans community. I hate, because your Jesus has taught you who to hate. But hate.
I don't hate the LGBT community. In fact, just I'm going to let people know. I actually worked through I actually fundraised with Equality California for gay marriage. I have been an advocate of gay rights, and I'm not gay. Okay, David. So, I mean, I produce shows in, drag shows. I hosted drag shows. I was like very much a part of like the gay life in Hollywood and in Pasadena. I have grown up with gay people when I was in the theater at Roger Rocca's Good Company Players in Fresno. Like, I am not anti-LGBTQ plus. I am not. Okay, so for you to say and let me in with people who are anti-gay, I'm offended by that. That's a lie, David.
It is of the dark. And if you don't have that fucking light in your heart, you don't have that beacon, you will never find.
So he's definitely pushing in this Charlie Kirk nationalist, Christian nationalist, opposition to the left being, them being, or the right being anti-gay. So therefore he's still a victim. David will always be the quintessential victim. He will he can twist any story and make it about him and then end up with him being somehow the victim. Oh, he's good. If you want to, to me, I see right through it. I don't see how anybody believes him. I don't see how anybody high-fives him, gives him money, does anything. I think the people that are like supporting David Shurter are twisted and deceptive. And yeah, I'm saying his name one more time. Nathan Stoltman. Nathan Stoltman. I'm done.
The doorway to ascent. You will never find the doorway.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
You will never find the doorway to ascent. You will never find the doorway because you don't have what it takes to see it. And so you get stuck in the dark.
You know what? If this is ascension, I don't want it.
And this whole, you think that you're going to have this audience with the Most High and you're going to argue your case, doesn't fucking happen. It is what it is. You will find yourself in the dark and have the light that it takes to have love in your hearts, to act as a beacon, to see the doorway that you need to go through, or you don't, and you'll never find that door. Thus, you will be caught in the fucking dark. Unless, of course, you can figure out how to fucking live forever. That's how it works. And it's not anything, I'm not telling you anything fucking new. I'm telling you everything that's fucking scripture. Everything we've always been told. I'm just reminding you. It's not any less true or important than it was back then. It's still important. It's still true. But they can run you down whatever fucking rabbit hole they want you to. The shit that happened with my nephew is
No, you run people down a rabbit hole, David. That's you. You even wrote a book with it, the title of it. Gross. That's you. You're the rabbit hole person.
not like it was presented. He didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go to jail. In fact, the ambulance came.
Doesn't matter who went to the hospital or whether you went to jail or not. You still did it, David. You still molested your nephew.
Came from me that night, not for him.
See, I'm the bigger victim, not the nephew. Not the nephew that I'm still abusing on my channel. I'm the victim, right? That's what you're telling people.
The reason why I ended up 2 months later, about 2 or 3 months later, on my 14th birthday, I tried to kill myself all over again. I ended up in the mental institution of Cherokee for 5 months, a week after my 14th birthday. And why was I trying to kill myself? Because I was convinced that I was going to be the vessel for the fucking Antichrist and felt like I needed to die. That was why they were saying I was having a psychotic break.
Yeah, I think that pretty much equates to having a psychotic break. And, you know, I'm wondering if it's happening to you right now.
It's all fucking connected and they all fucking manipulate it. And the way they're manipulating it is so fucking blatant and stupid that it defies fucking words. So I'm not going to defend myself over something so fucking.
You just did. You spent 28 minutes and 2 seconds defending yourself, David. What is this but a big, huge defense on your YouTube channel?
Stupid. If you want to believe it, you're an idiot. Go ahead. Doesn't make.
Yeah, I believe it, David. That's why I'm doing this stream. Because I know you're a liar because you're lying about me. So let's just start there.
The least bit of fucking sense doesn't fit the fucking facts of the matter.
You have no facts, David. You don't talk facts. You don't show receipts. You are not a factual person.
You're right. The fucking child traffickers that I'm trying to expose know so much more and are so much more fucking honest than I am as a victim, just trying to get.
We're not child traffickers, David. That's the whole reason why I'm doing a video, is because I have a guy like this, you, lying about me for 2 years, calling me a child trafficker, a pedo, and a Nazi. And I'm over it. Got it, David? We speak out, especially when you are the molester. You're the perpetrator, David. That's the whole point.
Get them fucking investigated. You're absolutely right.
Well, you know what? Somebody needs to investigate you, David. You're the person under the spotlight here.
Because you like those pedophiles, right? So you're going to defend those pedophiles. You don't give a shit if they're pedophiles. You like them. So you're going to defend them. Especially if they're in your fucking party, politically, or your mindset, politically.
You don't know what party anybody's in, David. You do not know anybody. You don't know my political affiliation. You don't know my faith. You don't know me. Somebody put me on your list, and then they warned me before it happened. That's what's happening here.
The problem with fascism is that it's not a group anymore. It's a fucking ideology that seeds itself. And it's fucking infected mankind. And heaven is about ready to fucking deal with it. The sun.
What David doesn't realize is that he went on the channels that support Charlie Kirk, that support this agenda. Like, David is affiliated with those people himself. He used their networks and he participated in the propaganda himself. Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Is cooking us flat the fuck out. The sun is cooking us, and we have no magnetic field right now to protect ourselves from it. So if you can live forever, you better fucking do it in a world that's not going to be burned to a fucking crisp. Because it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Progressively, extensively worse. So unless you think your fucking ignorance is going to save you, I would suggest you pull your heads out of your fucking ass and maybe think about the facts for a minute. They're not following me and chasing me.
Facts. Yeah, we are thinking about the facts. And my head isn't up my ass, David. Yours is.
Down and doing the shit that they're doing to me because I'm a liar or because I'm crazy.
You are a liar, David. I'll say it over and over again. You're a big fat liar on YouTube and an abuser and a harasser, and you have several restraining orders against you. You're a problem, David. You're a harm to other people. You harm other people every day by your lies on your YouTube channel, and you have zero accountability and zero empathy for doing it. You have zero integrity on YouTube.
They wouldn't have wasted as much time as they have. They're doing it because I'm telling the fucking truth.
You're not.
And you'll either listen to it or you won't.
You're a liar, David. You're a big fat liar, grifter, money grubber. Donate to my PayPal. And you've been doing it for years in conspiracy world.
I don't give a shit either way. You know? As far as I'm concerned, as far as the dark is concerned, the more the fucking merrier. And as far as the dark is concerned, let me explain one thing to you. For the dark, there's only two fucking sides. Its side or the light. That's the only two sides it gives a shit.
You don't embody the light, David. There's no light here. No light.
Shit about, and you have to go through it to get to the light. So in
you don't have any light, David. I'm going to say it over and over again. Every time he says about light, I'm going to point out how you don't possess it.
Us, you can fucking override that. Do whatever the fuck you want. You know, if you think you can override it, that you're beyond that you just can't be touched, by all means. Do whatever the fuck it is you think you're going to do. Do as thou wilt.
Yeah, I can't be, I do as thou will. You know what? I can't be touched by you, David. I'll say that right now. You cannot touch me. You cannot touch me. And if you continue, you're going to be the person with the lawsuit. You're going to be the person with another restraining order. That's what's coming down your future, David. This is a no-win situation for you. And the quicker you understand it, the better off it's going to be for you. That's what's going to happen to you. Okay? So you should prepare yourself and or discontinue what you're doing. Because if you continue, it's not going to be okay for you because you're the perpetrator. You're the problem.
Whilst. But when you end up in the dark, you're going to cry like a little fucking bitch. And you did it to yourself. Because at this point in time, there's no fucking plausible deniability. We all fucking know. We know that we're defending evil and we're okay with it.
Yeah, if it was evil, if it was, I mean, look, most of us here are not without mistakes or sin, right? We're not, no one's perfect, right? Walking around, nobody's Jesus right now. All right, David? But I'm not guilty of your accusation, so I don't possess the evil you talk about. You do. You did it. You molested your nephew. You're the person who denies it still today. You're the person who's still harassing them. You're the problem, David. You're the problem.
For whatever fucking reasons we give ourselves, what other justifications, whatever way we tell ourselves it's acceptable, the fucking hate that we have for others in our heart is justifiable and acceptable. That's what we're facing right now. And I would suggest to you that that's not true. It's an illusion, and it's a fatal illusion.
There's a scripture in the Bible that says, before you accuse somebody else, before you remove the wood in somebody else's eye, remove the wood in your own first. Like he's accusing other people, but he doesn't see his own transgressions. He's completely missed the point of the teachings in the Bible. And he takes whatever he wants out of it and weaponizes innocent people. That's David Shurter. I guarantee you he's never read the Bible. He does not comprehend it. He does not abide by what the Bible says to how to live your life. The fact that he masturbates and doesn't have sex with anybody doesn't equate to being a Christian. Matter of fact, according to the Bible, you're not even supposed to masturbate. Okay? If you want to get technical. He falls short of the standard of what a Christian life should be, just like most other people fail. And, it's by the grace of Jesus that you are able to get through it, that you are forgiven. But when you are forgiven, you're supposed to walk a different path. You walk the path you try to walk the path that Jesus walks, and you're not walking it, David. You're not walking the path. You are not the example of godliness. I will say that over and over and over again.
But do whatever the fuck you want to do. Believe whatever the fuck it is you want to believe.
That's you. You've decided to do whatever the fuck you want to do, spiritually and defamatory wise. You're the one you are the person that you're talking about, not us.
No matter how fucking stupid it is, no matter how fucking blatant it is, no matter how obvious a fucking lie it is, just tell yourselves whatever you need to fucking tell yourselves. But you better hope that your ignorance overrides the will of heaven, overrides the will of God. Because otherwise, if you don't have fucking that beacon that only loving you.
He basically what he said, and that I showed in the beginning of this video, is that heaven punished Charlie Kirk. That's what David said, because he's not of God. And those of us that he equates being with him are going to be punished with him by heaven. That's exactly what David said in the clip that Open Secret shows on X. That's disturbing. How is he different than the young man that did what he did that day? It's a sick ideology. He's not okay. He's saying things that are threatening.
Your heart provides to help you find the doorway to help you ascend. You're fucked and you're stuck in the fucking dark, and you can cry and bitch and moan all about it. You can deny it, but it doesn't make it any less fucking true. We were told from the very beginning, we've known, and now it's a conscious fucking choice. Wow, there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's raining at the same time. I guess there are just the clouds. Whatever it is, there's rain over top of me. It just started raining. With that said, I'm done out of here. For those of you who appreciate what I do.
Here we go. For those of you who appreciate what I do, you can find me at Venmo and my PayPal in my book. So after all this garbage for 32 minutes, he's going to ask for a donation. Because that's what David Shurter does. Because what it really comes down to it's about the almighty dollar. It's about his money. And that, you put your money above God, David. You're about the money. You're about the material world. And you will do anything you can to get a little measly part of that because you don't want to work a job. Because, oh, I'm on disability. Because I can't work. Because I was. You're a grifter and a dirty liar, David.
Fuck. I'll put the donation thing for Buy Me a Coffee. Donate $1 if you want.
Donate $1. Buy me a coffee.
You know, anything helps. At this point, I'm fucking
starving.
starving. They're very focused.
I'm starving. I'm starving. Give me some money. I'm David Shurter. I'm a victim. Give me some money.
Just on my finances. They don't want people to believe me. They don't want people to help me. They want misery.
They don't want people to help me. No, you know what? We don't want, yeah, you're right, David. I don't want people to give you money for abusing me. Yeah, you're right. It's disgusting to me. It's disgusting that people give you money to abuse other people, your nephew and your family online. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to me. That is spiritually offensive to me.
That's what they want. They want to shut me up. That's what they want. And they're using their big ass fucking shit to actually do it. And they can do whatever the fuck they want. Bring it, you stupid motherfuckers.
That's right. I'll bring it. I'll bring it. I'm bringing it, David. I'm calling you out. I love to call out liars like you.
Anybody who believes your shit
Nobody believes your shit.
is an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Why the fuck would I care?
You care a lot. You just spent 33 minutes caring about it. 33 minutes and 30 seconds. Ooh, 333.
And now it's raining again. This is kind of cool. I love this room because it's a tin roof in here. So it sounds really pretty when it rains. Okay. With that said,
He looks like a vampire to me sometimes. Like he's like fangs are just going to drop out of the top of his teeth.
You can see it raining. It's
like he really like he could play a vampire in a movie.
Cool because there's blue sky all around me, but it's raining right now. Funny. Over me in my backyard. Okay. With that said, God is amazing.
Oh, is he now? Well, is he? Amazing for what? For you? For this bullshit? Because this isn't God. I'm sorry. Anybody who thinks that this is God or this man represents God must be twisted in the head.
If you want to donate.
I think you really shouldn't bring God into... Oh, if you want to... God, now he's going to ask for a donation again. Just like a TV evangelist.
Now. Funny. Over me. In my backyard. Okay. With that said.
Is he saying the rain is happening because of him?
Me. They want misery. That's what they want. They want to shut me up. That's what they want. And they're using their big ass fucking shit to actually do it. And they can do whatever the fuck they want. Bring it, you stupid motherfuckers. Anybody who believes your shit is an idiot. Why the fuck would I care? And now it's raining again. This is kind of cool. I love this room because it's a tin roof in here. So it sounds really pretty when it rains. Okay. With that said, you can see it raining. It's cool because there's blue sky all around me, but it's raining right now. Funny. Over me in my backyard.
Over me. Over me. He thinks the rain is happening for him by God. Ew, I'm grossed out.
Okay. With that said,
Oh, he thinks he is just miraculous. Wow.
God is amazing. Flat out. If you want to,
God is amazing, flat out. If you want to donate to me, he's looking down. If you want to donate to me, just give me some money because I'm amazing and God brings down rain for me. You know what? Rain is actually a symbol of, it actually has to do with Satanism. Raining is something that, oh God, I don't know if you've seen those videos about it, but
donate. All the shit that I've been dealing with, I'll put in the description. I haven't yet, but I will later on. You can go look at it, davidshurter.com. Fill your hearts with love. We're out of time.
Fill your heart with love, David. Please fill your heart with love.
It's coming down. We can all sense it. We can feel it. You know? That's the reason why they have us fucking running in every goddamn direction. Babe, I find this shit exhausting.
Who's running in every and he uses the Lord's name in vain, right? He praises God and then uses the Lord's name in vain in the next sentence. That's David Shurter.
And I'm not entertained by it at all. And fuck them. That's how I look at it. And there's not 38 people in here. There's not 42 people in here. They're just feeding bots in here. That's what they do when they don't like what I'm talking about.
That's what they do when they want to pump up your abuse on their targets, David. Nothing less than that. That's what they do. They've done it before. We've witnessed it.
So when I have a lot of fucking numbers up here,
it means that they love what you say. It means that they love your abuse because you are their weapon, because you are their loose cannon on YouTube, David. That's what's happening here.
Really, you can always tell that it's because they don't like what I'm talking about, because they fill it.
Because they like what you're talking about, David.
Fucking bots. Why? Who the fuck knows?
Oh, I know why. That's really simple. We all know why, David. Because you're a tool for Sophia Music. Okay, so oh God. Okay, I don't want that. That's a great video, by the way. It's two cellos Thunderstruck. They do a version of AC/DC's Thunderstruck. It's really great. Okay, so there was something I was thinking of doing before I left. Let me think. I can remember it. I'm just gonna play another song here for a second on Suno, and this also has to do with David Shurter. I'll be back.
Butcher knife steps in, wearing my man bun, thinking I'm a G-man, dreaming the pig pen. Nobody has fun until I'm done. Bro, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, another restraining order. Scum, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5 hit whip. Butcher knife stepson, don't need gun. Now a cycle pump you till you done another restraining order. Fun. Yeah. Butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun. People say I'm scum. I'm done. Butcher knife stepson, thinking this is fun. Oh, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, thinking I'm a G-man, dreaming the pig pen. Nobody has fun until I'm done. Oh, butcher knife stepson, wearing my man bun, another restraining orders. Go. Whoa. 2, 3, 4, 5 hit whip. Butcher knife stepson.
Sarah the psychic, intuitive healer, the shroom dealer squealer. She almost died. But Sarah lied. No empathy for the past. Just the wicked spell she casts and proves the shower black. Shroom and fear. Shroom and fear. Shroom and fear. Shroom and fear.
All right. So I realize that I have been going on for almost 2 hours, and I wasn't expecting to do a live stream this morning, but I did. And so I'm pretty sure that Daniel Dowd might still be streaming right now. But and I'm gonna like put this up here by Raven. She says the God of the Bible is our jailer, not our loving creator. Our loving creator would never demand blood sacrifice. And study the banned books, not the one they put in every hotel room. That's the programming. So that's interesting, a comment, and I just thought I'd share it there for a second. And so anyway, I'm going to let this go now. Thank you for tuning in. As you can see, nobody bots my channel when I talk about David Shurter. Matter of fact, I appreciate Raven being here. But when I talk about David Shurter, it's not a big win for me on my channel. It's not really like people really are not that into him in my world. But I think it was important to mirror him this morning, and I got up and I had some coffee and I felt like it. I'm gonna go make myself some more coffee now and get on with my day. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. So until next time, take care.
On the stripper pole, laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole.